Welcome back. This is Shaw, and today we're making salmon patties, salmon cakes, salmon croquettes, however you want to call it. It's delicious. You've got to try this. Oh, wonderful. Oh, all right. This is Shaw, and we're going to be doing some salmon patties, or salmon croquettes, or salmon cakes. Doesn't matter how you call them or what you call them. It's delicious. So what we're going to do is we're going to strain our pink salmon in the can. We have 2 cans. We're going to do them one at a time, and I'll explain why. See, it's the pink salmon in the can. Delicious. And when you get it, it comes out in like a block or the shape of a can. And you want to just take the meat out. You see, you can put the meat in a separate bowl. Be careful of the bones. Put the bones back over here. You gotta be careful of the bones. Now, truth be told, the little rib bones on salmon, you can eat them. I just choose not to. You know, I like to pull them off. You know, when I see them, you see that? That's the spine. Get the spine out. I'll just put that back in the can. There's another little piece of spine here that didn't come off. I want to make sure I get that. Yeah, get that off of there. In the can it goes. And then break up the meat. And then remember there was a piece of spine here. Just want to run your, if you run your finger across the bone, it'll come up. And then you just break this meat up. Some people remove the skin. I don't. I like the skin in it. For me, the skin is fine. Because when you're breaking it up and you're stirring up the ingredients, it gets mixed in quite nicely. And if you think you're going to get all the bones out, you're dreaming. That's not happening. You just get what you can, and the rest will be broken up. But you definitely want to get the whole vertebrae. See, like this? Can you see that vertebrae on there? I don't know if you can see it, but we're gonna take this out. This whole, see that? This whole chain here. Take that out. In the can it goes. Then rub your fingers across. Make sure there's no bones, and break it up in the bowl. This one doesn't have any. That's fine. This part. And this gets easier the more you do it. And I put this in a strainer because I want to save some of that juice, you see, for later. And I'll show you what I mean here momentarily. Break this up. Like I said, we have one more can to do. And the more you do this, the faster you'll get. Just remember, you're not going to get all the bones, but you do want to make sure you get that main vertebrae out of there. If you want to take the time to remove the skin, you can. It's up to you. It's just going to take you a lot of time to get that skin out of there. And now I'm going to add this other one so we can process this one. Add that in there. Okay. Again. And I can see the vertebrae here. It's right there in the middle. So this part's good to go. Just got a little skin, but like I said, I want the skin in there. Open this guy up. Checking for bones as I'm breaking this apart. Kind of wraps around, and I'll show you what I mean here. See, there's a little bit of bonage here because it's right next to the vertebrae. Get out of there. And let me see if I can get this whole chain out for you. With my luck, probably not. But I just pulled all that vertebrae out. It's all broken up, but it was sitting right here. And then I just run my fingers across to get the bones. Now open this up a little more because there's probably another vertebrae in there. Just have to watch out for it. Okay, we're gonna open this up a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Now I'm using 2 cans. Now the number of salmon patties you get out of here depends on you. If you like them big, you won't get as many. If you like them, smaller, you get a lot more. I like them kind of medium. It really depends on how I'm feeling when I'm putting it together. You'll see that here in a minute too. Okay, there's another spine in there. I saw that. Let's meat off here. See if you can see the spine. Can you see the spine on that? Spine. And we're just gonna pull that off. You see that? The whole spine. Just pull it off. Rub our fingers across. Get most of the bone. Whatever bones stay back, they're gonna get broken up when we start mixing this stuff. All right. Now I just want to go through here, break this up more. Okay, now we're going to add 2 eggs to it. So just mix to the salmon meat. All right, to that we'll add our onion. This is a half of a large onion, diced. I'm gonna add some dill weed. Probably a tablespoon of dill weed is all you need. You're gonna add a little bit of salt, not much. Just a little bit of salt. You're gonna add some pepper. You don't need a lot of pepper. And then we're gonna add some Dijon mustard. Put some Dijon mustard in there. Maybe about 2 tablespoons. Yeah. And now we're gonna add some mayonnaise. Probably closer to a half a cup of mayonnaise. This one's out, but I got backup. Always prepared. There we go. Okay. We're gonna mix this up. And to give this some body, we're also going to add some breadcrumbs. The amount of breadcrumbs that you add is completely up to you. And see, as I'm stirring this, if there's any little bones, I'm not talking about the vertebrae, but the bones. If there's any little bones that you may have missed, they'll get broken up right here. Because they're soft, you see. They'll just get destroyed right here. Now at this point, you don't have to add breadcrumbs. But I tend to add some just to give it a little bit more volume. Okay, now we got our breadcrumbs. I'm using panko breadcrumbs today. Nice. Okay, now we're going to add about a half a cup, 3/4 of a cup and a half a cup of breadcrumbs. And that ought to do it. And we're going to mix that in there. It's all mixed in. And remember I mentioned the juice. So we're going to add a little bit of this juice, not all of it, just a little bit. And we're going to mix that all in. Okay, now we need to form these, and then we're going to put them in the fridge to set. Okay, so we got our pan here. I just happen to be using a roasting pan. You can use any pan you want. Put some of your breadcrumbs in it. And then just to coat the bottom. So all you're trying to do is coat the bottom, because now we're going to start forming these guys. You're going to take just about a handful of it, you see. Give it a little pat and just form it. kind of like a crab cake. See that? And then lay it right on the corn, on the panko breadcrumbs. A little bit fell there. Let's see here. Form it. See that? See how I'm doing that? Form it. Right on the breadcrumbs. Grab another half a handful. And this is going to vary depending on the size of your hands as far as how many you get. Right? That in there. And just give it a little light squeeze while you're doing this to help it form. Right? Get in the breadcrumbs. Some more. Light squeeze. And we're going to sit this, you can either sit this in the refrigerator for about a half hour, or you can sit it in the freezer for about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes in the freezer. You just want them to set, you see? That's all you want. I'm probably going to end up putting these in the refrigerator this time, mainly because I don't have room in the freezer right now. So it looks like I got 12 of them, and that's fine. It's going to be good. Oh, and before I go, I'm going to put a little bit of breadcrumbs on top. Just a little bit on top. Just to help it a little bit, suck up some of that moisture and help it set. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of oil. Just enough to cover the bottom of the pan. I'm using a non-stick pan. Non-stick pans just work out better. And then I'm going to put about a tablespoon of butter in it. And when the butter is melted, it's ready to rock and roll. So I'll see you when it's melted. Alright, let's start adding the salmon patties. Or salmon cakes, salmon croquettes, depending on where you're from. All different things. Add them in. Oh yeah. We're just going to do 6 because we made 12. So we're going to do 6. 6 at a time. You know, splitting the difference. Now we're going to let this cook for anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes per side. It's on medium. But you check it. When it gets a nice golden brown, turn it. You know. Doesn't matter if it's a full 5 minutes or full 3 minutes. When it's golden brown, turn it, because all you're doing is you're cooking the onions and you're cooking the eggs that you put in there. And that shouldn't take long at all. And I know you might have the urge to move these things around. Don't. Just leave them alone. You know, they'll take care of themselves. Just leave them alone. When you check them, don't check them till after the 3 minutes at least. And see if they're nice and golden brown on the bottom. If they are, by all means, flip them over. And remember, when you're frying them like this, you know, that 3 minutes to that 5 minutes, you know, you're building a crust on the bottom, and that's going to help hold your cake together. A lot of people make these cakes, crab cakes, salmon patties, salmon croquettes, whatever, and they fall apart because they don't give it enough time to build that crust to hold it together. Just remember that. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes. We're going to start turning these over here. Nice crust, you see that? And you want to go in the same order that you placed them in. Right? And be careful of popping, because with the liquid that's in the salmon, it will pop. Alright, so let's give this side another 3 minutes. Maybe even 3.5. Alright, this first batch is done. Now we're going to put it on our cooling rack. Again, taking them out in the same order you put them in. Add another knob of butter to this. We don't have to add more oil. Now when this melts, it'll be time to add the other salmon patties. And as you know, adding butter to the oil will prevent the butter from burning. So you can get that nice butter flavor and not have, brown butter. Now don't get me wrong, brown butter is good, but I don't want it in this application. Okay, let's add the other ones. All right, let's turn these guys over. Nice. Look nice. Looks like 3 minutes is the magic number for these guys. Alright. Alright, another 3 minutes and we'll take them out and we'll be done. Alright, these are done. Take these off now. There we go. Now let's plate up. Alright, so here we are. Salmon patties, salmon croquettes, salmon cakes, however you want to call it. It is done. So you definitely need to try this recipe. I'm getting ready to jump all over this. And hey, if you like this, go ahead and subscribe, like, share it. Hey, throw some comments in there. This is Shaw, and I am out.